Hi there, I'm Gamer Tower. I'm recapping Cartoon Network Adventure Time Season 3, Episodes 1 through 26. Please consider supporting me on my Patreon page, Anime Cartoons, starting at low as $1 a month, and get a chance to at $10 Amazon gift card giveaway. Please subscribe. This video is sponsored by my merch store, my Patreon page, Anime Cartoons, my PayPal donations, my gifting site Throne, and my partnership with W Energy Drinks. More about them later. Enjoy. Episode 1. Conquest of Cuteness. Jake is cooking breakfast. He's making an everything burrito. Finn walks in and they hear a noise coming from outside. They go to investigate and find a small, tiny, cute creatures called cuties, led by their king, who Finn and Jake both find very cute. The Cuties King says they aren't cute and says they are going to defeat them. They then get BMO to take photos, and the snow is seen glaring at Finn and Jake. This angered the king. He vows to kill Finn and Jake. And he says he's sabotaged Jake's everything burrito. Jake cries out in horror as he looks at his everything burrito, and Finn says there's nothing wrong with it, but believes that the cuties poisoned his burrito somehow, put off by the fact that they knew his name and about his burrito, and decided to bury it behind the treehouse. Finn prepared to go to... He and Jake pop into Finn's bed before he's still... That night, since that night... hops into Finn's bed before he's still terrified of the cuties' threats. Finn says that they're harmless, and Jake says that Finn sounds like a mom. Jake awakens Finn and says he heard a noise. It's revealed that to be two cuties who have Jake's sword. They flee. Soon they hear a noise from downstairs. They come down upon nothing. Then a broken window. They hear the voice claiming to be their mother, stating that she's disappointed in them and that they're stupid. However, they soon discover that it was actually one of the cuties playing a trick on them. They chase them into the hole in the treehouse, in the tree trunk, where Finn grabs it. The cutie warns Finn and Jake about an out attack coming at sunrise. This morning, Finn and Jake blockade the treehouse with furniture. And at sunset, they arrive, and the cuties stumble on each other, and this forces Finn and Jake to feel sorry. So they play dead to make it look like real battle. They have LSP, cinnamon buns, and a duck as their army. The cutie does a dance on Jake's stomach. And Jake is saddened by this. The king is saddened by this, as he realizes that they're not really dead. But Finn is revealed to the king that his power isn't strength, it's cuteness. So later, the cuties are at Ice King's castle, where they use their cuteness to get him to make them a sandwich. Episode 2. Morto di Solonimus. After Barry rescuing a bunch of hedgehog creatures from a burger monster, Finn's plan apparently went wrong because Jake does not follow it. Finn and Jake are awarded a ward tour, and they're headed to the sound in the arena, the sound of fighting. Once at the arena, they meet the fight king, who promises glory if they step through the seal on the arena. Finn and Jake instantly figure out it's a trap, and they leave. But he begins to fantasize about things in the arena. They would voice soothing exits, ghosts, etc., and come back to the fight night, and then it's revealed to be a trap. They battle through countless warriors until the Fight King has Finn and Jake left to fight each other. In the end, Finn tricks the Fight King to give him his magic sword that he used against the Fight King and free all the souls that had been trapped in the arena. Episode 3, Memory of a Memory. Finn and Jake carry a rag-clothed wizard who says to Finn that Marceline is in trouble. He claims to be her spirit animal. When they eventually go to the Marceline's house, they find Marceline unconscious on the ground. The ragged wizard tells Finn and Jake that Marceline accidentally ate the sweet spot on herself. Played the sweet spot on herself. And her name is her memory. And they need to find her memory core, or else she'll never sleep. She'll sleep forever. The wizard claims that he can't help Merce himself because he has no arms. Going inside someone's memory can be dangerous. Then he uses his foot to touch Finn's forehead, which he calls his thing, and tells him that his forehead will glow as he gets closer to the memory core. The random wizard then gives them a satchel full of sweet powder. Tell them to use it on themselves, which they do, and fall asleep almost at once. When Finn and Jake awake up right back where they started to find themselves in a memory of Marceline as a child in the city. It was after the Great Mushroom War, repairing her teddy bear, a Mambo. Points to the cellar door on the house, claiming that it might lead to the memory core. As the team phases sounds similar to they did. Did they go through the shower door, which leads to the brief memory Marceline? It as her house, picking her nose, wiping it on the couch, traveling further. Finn and Jake find themselves in another memory where her dad, not seen since season 2, episode 1, it came from the Nido Spear, eating her fries. Then Finn whispers to her dad when her, yo man, don't eat those, knowing that Marceline's fry breakdown song in the future, leading to the fry song. They eventually make it to the right memory. They exit and he destroys the memory, and it ends up that the wizard tricked them. He actually destroyed the memory of Marceline and his breakup. Soon Finn has to show Marceline the memory of the memory. That's why the episode is called Memory of a Memory. Eventually she breaks up with her so-called boyfriend. Episode 4, Hitman. Finn and Jake rescue the Breakfast Kingdom from the Ice King, who Finn then grounds for 4 weeks. Ice King wanted to hit Finn, and Jake calls a hitman who he believes is going to hit them, but really is going to kill them. The hitman sets their treehouse on fire, and Ice King stops it. Ice King then eventually reveals to Finn and Jake he hired the hitman on Finn and Jake. The hitman comes to finish the job, but Ice King has a plan: freeze Finn and Jake, lowering their body temperatures to make him think they're dead. This works, and with Finn and Jake frozen, Ice King mocks them by saying, "You're grounded under my butt." Episode 5, Too Young. With PB, 13 years old, she's dating Finn, who's also 13 years old. And soon the Earl of Wintergrabs shows up, and once that PB is too young, says that PB is too young to be princess in charge of the Candy Kingdom, he places himself in charge. Finn and PB pull pranks on him. This makes him very angry. He starts placing the Candy people in the dungeon. Eventually, Finn and PB are thrown in, and PB likes being younger, but she needs to set things right. All the Candy people offer her pieces of themselves to make her older again. This works, but she now broken up with Finn and fires Wintergrab for ruling the Candy people. Episode 6, The Monster. Finn and Jake are singing a song using BMO. They eventually get a call from LSP parents wanting them to find their daughter, who ran away from home. She's been lost Last scene in season 2 episode Heat Signature, where she was seen heating up beans on an open fire and living in the woods. Finn and Jake accept and off they go. They run into a village of fat people, fat villagers, who has a monster who's been eating all their crops. The villagers take them to the windmill, where once inside they discover the monster's LSP. Soon, she explains why she ran away. Finn and Jake soon get LSP to apologize to the villagers, who she calls them fat and says, "Why don't you get your parents to buy more crops?" They said, "We are the parents." Seeing this, she gives the rest of her sandwiches to them and returns home. Episode 7. Finn and Jake awaken to find that they can't move. It's all the Ice King shows. At all. Then the Ice King shows up, revealing that he's the one who did it. He wants them to befriend him. Finn tries to summon an Astro Beast, so for the most episode, he appears asleep. They do many things together. Soon they sleep. The next morning, Ice King makes omelets. Jake thinks it sounds good until Ice King literally puts his foot on them. And Finn's creature shows up. Reveals to be a butterfly. Butterflies. They use their minds to control the butterflies to attack Ice King and get the unfrozen potion. But Ice King ends up freezing himself and calls Gunther to get the unfreeze potion. But he didn't. He didn't. Of knocking it down and does a dance. Episode 8, Wizard Battle. Web. So begin with Finn sings the Wizard Battle song in the arena, where he joins Jake. The wizard contestants arrive in the arena of the Grandmaster Wizard. And that's the rules. And that's the rules of the Wizard Battle. He says, "Wizards only." He says that weapons and science are not allowed, and they must fight with spells for the 8 score of the magic finish. Jake meets the Ice King, who reveals that he is going to cheat to win the Grandmaster Wizard, then announces that the grand prize is a kiss from PB. Some of the wizards refuse to fight for one kiss from her, and in return are transformed into cats. The Grand Wizard. Finn decides to enter the battle to prevent Ice King from kissing PB. While Jake says rumors that he is, Ryan is to kiss PB himself. They enter the arena and fight the pile of weapons, with behind the participants discussing sauce and some discarded clothing. They plan to hide behind a rock and wait for all the wizards to defeat each other. But then a wizard named Daniel, Abracadaniel, expensive, that expresses that everyone is waiting for the sorcerers of opposite elements to fight each other. First, he tells them that he entered the contest because he believed that the prize would be money, and that if he wins, he would refuse to kiss PB. Finn decides to help him win, to save PB's lips. They eventually face off against the Ice King, who's been using nunchucks to win his fights. They defeat Ice King by Abra turning Ice King's nunchucks into butterflies, then turning them back into normal, and falling on Ice King. Then Finn gives up allowing Abra to win, and the Grandmaster turns Finn into a cat. Abra says he's a real man, and he deserves a kiss from a princess. Finn breaks through his cat body and does a power streak and wins the battle. In the locker room, Jake gets Finn to admit that he likes PB. Finn is getting his kiss trips on a wizard rock, and his disguise falls off. PB demands an explanation. They explain that the Ice King was going to cheat, so they entered through the wizards only contest. She gets Finn a kiss. Episode 9, Fiona and Cake. It's a gender bender episode. Finn is Fiona, and Jake is Cake. Everyone else's Inu is either swapped out for a man or a woman. Fiona and Cake help Prince Gumball decorate for the bicentennial Gumball. GB asks Fiona if she'd go with him as pals, but soon the Ice Queen attacks, and she stops the Ice Queen. Hey, with Fiona and Cake, HBO Max series coming out. Since it's available, I'll be doing recaps. Watch episode 1 through 5, then 6 through 10, depending on how many episodes get released. Now back to the recap. Gumball appears unharmed, but Ice Queen has mysteriously disappeared. Gumball asks her to go out with him, and Cake agrees for her to meet him again in an hour at the castle gardens. They go on their date, and Gumball wants to invite Fiona to the ball as his girlfriend. They do at the ball in the alone, and it's revealed that Gumball is actually the evil Ice Queen in disguise. She frees the real Gumball. Fiona frees the real Gumball, and Cake comes in thinking Gumball hurt Fiona. Then it gets weird as they start saying how awesome Ice King is. It's revealed that Ice King wrote a fan fiction about Finn and Jake, reading them to Finn and Jake, who are both frozen. Episode 10, What Was Missing? Episode opens with them checking to see if no one else is home. Oh wait, BMO. The check is someone else is home, pointing the walk of PB. Oh wait, Finn checks to see if there was pulling the wad of PB gum from the episode to cut a woman's hair. Season 2, episode 10. A whole season ago, out from under the couch, he sits down and cuddles with it, until as it comes out of the highest behind the couch with BMO. A whole season ago, out from under the couch, he sits down and cuddles with the gum wad. Behind the couch, BMO and Jake tells Finn that they already know about his private time he spends with the wad of PB's hair. Jake then picks up for the board and pulls out his baby blanket to show Finn the special address of his own door. A special entrance, a door appears out of the ups, and strange creature and snatches the gumball. Hair wad, BMO's controller, and Jake's blanket. The three follow the creature through a door that leads to PB's castle, and PB is seen chasing after him, demanding that he come back. She reveals that it's called a door ward. He leaves PB, Finn, and Jake and BMO following behind. The door leads to Marcy's house. Marcy tries hitting him. He opens another door leading to sunlight. Behind being a vampire, Mars is weakened, and now the group, along with Mars, follow the doorward until he enters the final door. And Finn reads this: "Door shall not yield to no command, save for a song from a genuine band." They try to form a band. Mars even sings a song called "I'm Just Your Problem." It rejected it too, but she then started singing. From the heart about PB. Eventually, the Finn gets everyone back by singing his true feelings. Everyone leaves, and he gets them all back by singing his true feelings song about everyone being his friends. And everyone else returns, and they get the door opened. Finn says that the real treasure is Trendrip, and the door lord smiled with glee. Jake then passes out the stolen items from Finn. Finn gets PB's hair. PB says, "Oh, you and Finn." Finn saying under his breath, "Yeesh." Jake gets his blanket back. BMO gets his controller, a black t-shirt with with cinnamon roll strangling a snake is thought to be Marcy's, but it's instead Peewee's, who was gifted it from Marce, who wears it as pajamas. It ends up that Marce didn't lose anything. Apparently, she just wanted to join them, but angered by this, she turns full vampire and chases them out of the door. Episode 11, Apple Thief. Jake makes Korean food for lunch, but Finn does not want it because it smells weird. Finn suggests that they go to Tree Trunks for apple pie, then chants apple pie, apple pie, apple pie until Finn agrees. When Finn and Jake arrive at Tree Trunks' house, the house is in ruins. Tree Trunks is on the floor, looking injured. Tree Trunks mumbles, "Apples, my apples," and Jake says, "Apples," and Tree Trunks lunges at Jake. And Finn pauses. Tree Trunks takes Finn off of Jake, saying, "Tree Trunks, it's us, Finn and Jake." She just comes to her senses and tells Finn and Jake that someone had stole her apples, and that without them she can't make apple pie. Shocked, Finn and Jake yell, "No!" They tell Tree Trunks that they will bring the thieves to justice, so they go out to look for clues about the thieves. In a ditch where Wrecking Princess was trapped, she fell and says that she was knocked out and had fallen there. When they think about where they could find any clue, Jake suggests that they go to the Candy Tavern, since it was there where he usually went after stealing purses. He justifies he did not know it was wrong. They go in there looking for apples. They ask the foreman, the barman, if he knows of anything about the crime. They want to solve them. Unfortunately, the barman thinks they are goodies, so they rush to the bathroom where they dress like they worked. They're in a fight, like they were in a fight. Then the barman guides him to some thieves. He says he suspects that they are all working for Riffle Gang. After a bit of a fight, and the two trucks escape and realize the thieves escape, and that when the thieves punched him, Finn, he left that big frown logo from his ring snake shake. Then leads them to the building with the logo that he remembers from when Jake remembers when he used to steal bikes. He justified he did not know it was wrong. The gang makes it inside. I want to be trapped by the thieves. Rival gang arrives. Challenge that leads to a brawl. Oh wow, when I write this, it just sometimes it messes up when I'm writing. They escape with a pig that was used by the first gang to eat rival gang members. Upon returning to her house, the pig says that he can hear apples in the house. Finishing asks the pig he knows anything about apples, diamonds, or apples. Because apparently the gang was actually after apples, but instead of being called apples, they were called diamonds. The pig confirms that they are apples. Pig says that the apples are in the closet. Tree Trunks denies it, saying that she's the only one who can open the closet. Tree Trunks opens it, causing a large mouth of apples to spill out. She transmits a phone call to the police saying that she has stolen her own apples, and the banana guards come to arrest Tree Trunks. One of them says that her house keys a scarecrow since are a lot of crows gathering. Oh, Finn and Jake see a lot of scare. You know what? That's why next season will be a lot better with this. This causes Finn to realize that the real thieves are the magpie. No footprints close to the apple trees. Raggedy Princess was knocked into a hole by something. There's a nest of crows is on top of the tree trunk's house for the hole in the side where the apples that the mother magpie brought fell into that closet. Since Tree Trunks is innocent, then it is called for celebration. Tree Trunks says that she will make an apple pie. Invites the Benegards to go with them to eat. Then slaps them one of the Benegards on the butt, and they all say hearty laugh. They all say a hearty laugh. Episode 12. The Creeps. Finn and Jake head for a castle for a party where they were invited to buy a host. Outside the door is a box of disguises for them to wear. When they head inside, PB, Cinnamon, and BMO inside under the guise of Lady Quiet Bottom, PB, Duchess, Gummy Buns, LSP, Guy Farting, Cinnamon, and Professor Pants, BMO. I'll finish. Finn and Jake receive the names Prince Hot Bod and Randy Butternubs. They discover a note on someone's back, then read it telling them that their host is a ghost and that will take over one of their bods and kill the rest of them. Cinnamon tries to leave, but as he tripped, tries to open the door. The lights flicker. When they come back on, there's nothing left of him but a skeleton. Jake thinks that this is just revenge on him because his prank he pulled on him, Finn birthday prank in the episode Mr. Titan, Season 2, Episode 19. Watch my recap of Season 2 for the episode. If you haven't already watched it yet, pause this and take a look. Come back to this video now. Now back to the recap. Soon in a diner hall, everyone accuses each other of being the ghost, possessed, and going to kill them. They say things to prove who they really are, and soon Finn sees PB turn into goo by a ghost lady, and Finn checks the closet where Cinnamon and BMO are supposed to be hiding, but Finn finds goo. It's revealed at the end that Jake pranked Finn back, and the ghost lady was actually Lady, his girlfriend. Episode 13, From Bad to Worse. The episode begins with Finn, Jake, Lady, LSP running from candy zombies and just barely escaping to the castle in the Candy Kingdom. They see PB. She explained that she was experimenting with candy zombie tissue. CB ate some and has infected the whole Candy Kingdom. PB was luckily to escape. Unfortunately, they break through and grab her. Finn, Jake, and LSP block the windows, but before she was taken, she explained to Finn to use science. Just let science do the work. Everyone tries making their own antidote. It fails one by one. They give one gave them wings, another gave them muscles. Soon the zombies break in one by one. They fall, except for Finn and PB's candy rat, while cowering fear in science. In the science shower, there he learns that PB wasn't talking about science, but science her pet candy rat. Soon he makes an antidote, and at first he cures Jake, but there's so many zombies that they just turn him back. So Finn puts it all over his body and has them bite him, killing everyone. And PB gives her pet rat a medal. Hi there, we're halfway finished with Season 3. Now a word from my sponsors. My merch store. I offer shirts, mugs, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Patreon page, Anime Cartoons, support monthly starting at $1 a month. Get my weekly work schedule posted every Friday. Anime sneak peek. And also, at any tier level, you'll be entered for my $10 Amazon gift card giveaway. And for $40 a month, get merch delivered every 3 months. One item altogether, 4 items altogether. Send me money on my PayPal account. Send as much or as little as you'd like. Send me gifts with a website thrown. If an item you wish to send me isn't available, send a request. I might approve it. Now for my partnership with W Energy Drinks. Get 10% off your order. Use my code. There is 0 sugar, 0 crash. With great flavors, try some today. Now back to the video. Episode 14. Butopia. Finn and Jake are inside one night discussing things about coffee when the heater banging on all of a sudden Susan Strong busts through the wall from the outside. She says that she needs Finn's help because of his hero heart. She also needs Finn's magic, the red flower of fire. Finn tried to convince Finn that Susan is completely crazy. Despite this, Finn doesn't want. Finn goes to help and tells Jake that he will help her, whether he is coming or not. Jake marks that he is only going to be disruptive and obnoxious. The deals are taken underground to an underground cave in which the human tribe lives. Susan thinks they should swim and dips Finn's head into the water. Jake stops Susan short of having Finn drown. Finn takes off his hat and catches his breath. Susan sees that Finn has no gills. She then decides that they take a boat ride down the river. Finn and Jake sing songs. Jake sings a song. I'm on a boat. A pool toy passes them, and Susan panics. Panics. Finn and Jake both keep quiet because it was a lub glub. Yet they attempt to cross the caution gates and pass. The boat is broken. Eventually there is a city of several lubs come out. Jake is convinced that they are nothing, just ordinary pool toys, and hits one with a pickaxe in hand, and the lubs all turn into their true form and attack the group to Susan's terror. Finn fight. To Susan's terror, she helps Finn fight, and Jake goes to put the fire in the city heart, where he does all the lub glubs die, giving only pool toy shelves. Cuts to all the humans living back in the city. Susan tells Finn he should stay, but Finn claims he does not. He's not like her. She takes his hand and puts it under her hat, onto her neck. Big surprise by what he felt, and says, Susan. Since they say goodbye, before that, Jake bought a bunch of soft pretzels, and they were ready to leave before Finn could say if he was human or not. They say goodbye to Susan. Episode 15. No one can hear you. In the episode, a stag is licking every candy person in the Candy Kingdom. Finn and Jake try to stop him. He tosses Jake. He bonks his head, and he breaks Finn's legs. Finn awakens in the Candy Hospital and wanders around finding no one. He eventually finds Jake, and he seems out of it. Finn soon finds out that Stag has captured everybody and stuck them on a wall in the sewers. Finn defeated the stag and frees everybody. Episode 16. Jake versus Meow. Finn and Jake are in Wildberry Princess's home, who believes that someone is trying to kill her. Jake eats the pie, and Finn goes outside to talk more with WBP. Soon in his pie, Jake finds Meow, who's an assassin, a tiny assassin sent by the League of Assassins to kill WBP. She eventually poisoned Jake and uses him to help kill the princess. She won't give him the antidote to the poison. Jake tries hard. Eventually, he's too sick. He's going to die. He reveals to Finn that he's been poisoned, and Meow says that she gave him enough poison to kill a dog 50 times his size. So they both realize Jake stretches his liver 51% bigger and sings "Big Liver." Then Meow, with one more effort, attacks the Princess Berry. Berries fall off, and the mini cat falls off a cliff. And Finn says, "Nice defense." And Princess responds with, "This is actually a medical condition. I need a doctor." Episode 17. Thank you. We see the life of a snow golem. His days starts with waking to an alarm clock, swats a bird with no avail. It goes right through his hand as he's made of snow. He then makes breakfast cereal with milk. In the cereal box are acorns and a pear. Meanwhile, Finn and Jake are getting ready to battle the Ice King for taking their sandwiches. Asking completely states that they won't get past his invincible ice armor, which is surrounded by his entire body except his face. Then kicks it, but nothing happens. Ice King laughs in victory. It is time to shine. The Ice Golem ignores them and continues on his way. He's on a way to pick pears off trees, but fire wolves show up and growl at him. He continues home with his wheelbarrow full of pears. On the way, he sees Finn and Jake still fighting the Ice King, attacking him with sticks, making no progress. When he gets home, he finds a baby firewolf pup. At first, he doesn't want anything to do with it, but eventually he returns him home, and Finn and Jake defeat Ice King and see a pack of firewolves are hanging around a snow golem, even though they're natural enemies. Episode 18, The New Frontier. Jake has a croak dream involving a rocket ship and a banana man in space. He runs out of air after holding his breath too long and sees the cosmic owl. Jake wakens up at home. In the dream, they hear someone knock. In the house, they hear someone knocking on the door. Then it's revealed to be. They see from the window. They see the banana man. Panicked, Finn freaks out and throws Jake behind a large container and hides there with Jake and tell him that the banana man is there. Finn walks outside to see what he is doing. Decide to follow him to his house. After he begins to walk away from the tree fort, across the green grasslands, they get the house and go to the banana man's window. When he walks into his house, they see internet, the TV, and put on a helmet, just like the one seen by Jake in his dream. He starts to dance all along to what was playing. Finn pulls out a crossbow and an arrow from his backpack and uses friction that creates fire. When you rub your hands together and blow in between your hands and smell smoke, waves form. This sets the arrow on fire. After firing an arrow at him trying to scare him away, they use flight into the back of the Evans house, and one finish to get they find his rocket ship in his backyard. Jake tries to ride it despite Finn trying to convince him not to, because he says it is his destiny. Jake says it is his destiny. That moment, he walks into the backyard holding glass, which was probably for the window, and sees them fighting on the floor. The rocket fell, falling to the launch. Since it did not have enough dynamite to blast off, the Minuteman drops his plate on the grass on the ground, shattering it, and his own cutaway wedge, in conjunction with the window's fracture, featuring in the Croc dream, shows that Finn's attempt to avert Jake's feet might actually have sealed it. When the ship landed on the ground, it creates a hole with Jake's fin, and the Manton fell into the wall into a pool of water. Recreates his dream. Only Finn is there. So Croc dream does not come true. They find out that the Banana Man only wanted to borrow some sugar. I've heard of Jake. Says that the Croc dream wasn't real. He did not die. Since Finn was with him, meaning it was destined to happen again. Episode ends with Finn and Jake running off, so that his Croc dream would never come true. If I see the Banana starts dancing alone. Episode 19, Holly Jolly Secrets. Part 1, Finn and Jake are trying to dig up a treasure Jake had found in the dump, and it had buried with Ice King had buried with the vault opening. When they go to the treasure, finders recognize it, saying Finn recognizes it, saying he saw Ice King with it and burying it in the pile of boogers in the dump. They see that inside the case is a bunch of tapes, volume to the Ice King, and make plans for a secret tape watching. Jake puts up flyers to warn people that the tape watching is for Finn and Jake only. And he may be only asking while trained to tell no one. Ice King and Gunther were doing William Tell trick on Gunther. Sees one of the flyers, goes over to the tree fort at the very location, and Finn and Jake start to watch the tapes and see that they are video journals, and get bored after some snack making dinner, and Jake that think there might be a secret code hidden in the message. To have the code, Finn and Jake call up PB, who's the smartest person they know, but the line is run by the Ice King, who wants to watch the tapes to see the Ice King in the window. Warns Finn and Jake, who hang up the Ice King after getting caught up. He summons huge snowdrifts that completely covered the grasslands. Jake starts to scream. End of part 1. Holly Jolly Secrets Part 2. The scene opens with Jake screaming from the final of the previous episode, but he was actually singing Alouette. He is wearing a yarn yoke and a scarf. Then they decide to watch the Ice King's secrets. But video thing that makes the show has his evil plans. The first video reveals that his wife is I might misspell this, so he whips, and he will discover a code in the pattern of his tears. Even though a strange random process code forms the picture of Gunther, the second video is of him recording the Wildberry princess while in a cage in his palace. He was asking Wildberry how she felt about an event, and it turns out that the asking was talking about why Gunther was standing in the corner. He tried to eat Ice King's socks. And Ice King attempts to stop Finn and Jake from watching his secret tapes. He makes an army of snowmen that breaks into the tree fort through the chimney. In the process of his blue robes become covered in soot. He takes them off and covers himself with Finn and Jake's red tablecloth. Once inside there is the snowman in through the front door. He wants the snowman in through the front door. For the Jake rushes to finish watching the videos and determine the Ice King evil secrets. Snowmen attack, but they are easily defeated. And Wiggins to play the final tape. The third tape reveals that a long time ago, prior to the Mushroom War, Waikiki was human named Simon Petrikov, who had a fiancée named Betty. He was a person who studied and collected ancient artifacts and purchased a strange crown from a doctor. A dock worker in Scandinavia. He took the crown home to show Betty, but when he put the crown on his head for a while, he started to see visions and hallucinations referenced to his wizard eyes. He fought with them, shouted at them. For Rosing, it was the crown sending the visions into his head. He quickly took it off. After the realization, he had no recognition of his actions during that time, eventually causing Betty to leave him. Simon noted, after taking off the crown, she was looking at me with such contempt. As regress from vegan. Okay, that's from not. When I was reading this, I did like audio recording from my talking and doing the script, and it's just I'm pretty sure to not say vegan. That's audio. That's the audio crap thing or whatever. So it's more and more like the Ice King. He looks more like the Ice King as you know him. He's takes on a blue tint. His hair begins turning white. His nose starts to get pointy, and a beard. So it appears on his face. He instantly distraught after the loss of Betty, his princess, and his actions while under the influence of the crown. In the background of the video, we see an airplane flying over modern buildings, evidence of his life before the Mushroom War. We can also hint in theater that the plane was in fact a warplane, meaning it's probably the beginning of the Mushroom War. Tell me the weather. To tell the weather is he losing his mind, is unable to control it. In the end, he's accepting of his fate, and he begs for forgiveness for his actions to anyone who might come across his tapes. Whatever you end, it is revealed that the ice cream was not afraid. Ice King was not afraid of them finding out about that he was once a human. Rather, he was merely ashamed of having once worn glasses. That shows as he was completely lost any trace of his human past self. Also in this episode, yet his desire to have beloved Betty back lives on in his obsession with capturing princesses. Finn and Jake feel a moment of empathy for the biggest weirdo knew, and from that time on, they gather together every year, wear Christmas sweaters, and watch videos. Jumping to the narration on the ending scene. Episode 21, Marceline's Closet. Finn and Jake head over to Marceline's house to jam with her. Finn plays a balloon with. They are insurance. I'm pretty sure that's not what I'm supposed to say. And plays a song. Unfortunately, Marceline not home. Finn and Jake play hide and seek. Jake ends up going into the house. Finn follows into the house. Soon Finn and Jake hide in Marceline closet. Then Marceline returns home, but there's no way they can leave because Marceline will know they were in her house. They wait until Marceline goes to bed, and as they're leaving, a spider crawls on Finn's shoulder, and he flicks it, and the spider lands on Jake's shoulder, and he freaks out, and the two argue over whether or not Marceline would be awake. She realizes she's awake. Try and hide. They try and hide. They apologize to her, and she reveals that she hides at their house all the time. She loves it. At the end at the treehouse, Finn and Jake are paranoid that Marceline is there. Just before the credits is revealed that Marceline is really at their house, messing with them. Episode 22, Paper Pete. Finn and Jake are moving through the library owned by Turtle Princess, having a large book on their backs. Upon settling it on the table, the book is revealed to be an unabridged Rainicorns titled Rainicorpia. Finn becomes bored of the book and searches for adventure in the library. He soon finds Paper Pete. He's defending the library from evil. And Finn, wanting to reveal this character to Jake, drags him and the book to their last location. Unfortunately, books fall off the shelf, and Jake can't see these Paper Pete and friends, saying that Finn is just imagining the whole thing. Finn asks them why they won't show themselves to Jake, and they reveal that they're a secret group and reveal themselves to Finn, the noble giant. And Finn says that Jake is also a noble giant, but Jake won't believe in Finn imaginary Paper Pete. Soon, it's time to battle the evil at the secret lair of the monsters. Finn asks to join their group. He soon grabs all the monsters and tosses them at Jake. And Jake can't see them, but feel them, biting him all over. Finn realizes he's messed up, grabs a book, and starts whacking Jake. This just causes more pain for Jake, and Jake removed the monsters from his eyes, and Finn gave the monsters his t-shirt that'll feed many generations to come. And Finn said, once that's gone, you can have my pants. The two leave, and Jake admitted that he was stuck on this one paragraph for 11 minutes, and says he'll fake it with Lady. Whether they have mixed species kids, Finn says there are some people to fight, and Jake says neither making stuff up, but runs alongside him. Episode 23, Another Way. Finn and Jake are hurt and have clowns kissing their boo-boos, but Finn finds another way. Finding a psycho whose tears heal instantly, Jake won't go with him, so Finn goes alone, making his way there. He also hurt many people along the way, but once there, Finn finds what the tears doesn't want the tears anymore, but the giant doesn't believe him, so he attacks, and the giant says he doesn't cry, so Finn punches him in his eye. This makes him cry. Finn steals the head to heal the rest of the people that he hurt on his journey, including a sandwich, and soon makes way to the treehouse to heal Jake, but he'd rather have the clown kisses him. Finn accepts this, saying that everyone has their own way. Episode 24, Ghost Princess. The scene opens with Finn and Jake roasting hot dogs over a campfire in the woods. Finn puts softy cheese on one of the hot dogs and offers it to Jake, but he declines. An eerie noise comes from the woods, and Ghost Princess starts haunting them. They agree to help her find out how she was murdered. She can retire to the dead world. After some investigation, they decide to go to the cemetery and find Ghost Princess's grave. However, they are unable to find any clues other than the word female on her gravestone. After interrogating the spirit residing next to her grave, the group meets a ghost named Clarence. Ghost Princess and Clarence make best friends, and she insists that he is familiar to her. She and Clarence eventually decide to go to a Spirit Wave concert where While Finn and Jake search for the rest of the graveyard, Finn and Jake dig up the grave of some Donkus and find half a broken dagger there. However, their ne'er-do-well ghosts catch them grave digging, and they are narrowly rescued by Clarence and Ghost Princess. After apparently one of the ne'er-do-well ghosts had accidentally broken something of Clarence's, and he was cool about it. It is then revealed to Finn and Jake that Ghost Princess decided she does not want to ascend to the dead world because she is happy with Clarence. While Finn and Jake are leaving the graveyard, Jake reveals he looted the graves for treasure, saying he did not know it was wrong. Finn insists that they return the graveyard, and put back the stolen items. While inspecting the broken dagger, Finn discovers that Rince is engraved on the side. Finn connects what had happened and decides to dig in Ghost Princess's grave and discovers the other half of the dagger, reading Cla. He takes the other broken dagger and then they fit together perfectly, reading Clarence. Finn and Jake rush to find Ghost Princess and inform her that Clarence was a murderer, causing her to remember that she was once a warrior princess who fought and was killed by Clarence in battle, even though they were also in love. Remembering this causes her to ascend, and she forgives Clarence for killing her and tells him to come with her. Clarence tries to hold her hand, but finds that he can't because he does not know the cause of his own death, and he's apparently left behind. Clarence says to himself, "My life is like a fart." And this frustration and despair. Moments later, Jake recognizes Clarence as saying, "My life is like a fart," and says he knows him. It is revealed by flashback that Jake and Clarence met in a convenience store called Squeeze E Mart, where Clarence was alive. Clarence screamed, "My life is like a fart," after eating a can of softy cheese. Jake tried to stop Clarence from committing suicide by consuming a huge serving of cheese directly from the softy cheese machine, causing him to explode. The cheese splashed all over Jake, traumatizing him. The reason he was reluctant to eat the hot dog in the beginning of the episode. Clarence then begins to ascend with Ghost Princess, having discovered the cause of his death. The two have a passionate kiss on the lips as they evaporate into the sky. Back to the campfire. Finn feeds Jake a hot dog with softy cheese, getting him over his fear. Episode 25, BMO. Oh, must have forgot to put the name of the episode. Finn and Jake and BMO are at the boat of the tree fort, telling Jake what they want to turn into. Finn suggests a cheetah farting. BMO suggests a cookie. It's a cookie and an external hard drive. Jake then transforms into a cheetah while making a fart noise. Sparkles suddenly appear on the side of the house's roof. When Finn and Jake try to squash them, circles then lead them to a hologram player. They turn into to see what it is. A message left from their father, Jake's dad. Dad, the dog who built a dungeon for them as babies. The demon appears and demands that they're dying to give his blood back. But the dad casts the demon away with a chant. The dad later alone tells Jake he wants to toughen Finn up, believing him to be a big baby. Soon they explore the dungeon. It's hidden under a dumb rock. The first attack monster is hot dog and hamburger monsters. The two of them were both hungry for hamburgers and hot dogs. Soon they come across two paths, a flower path or a yuck path. They choose the flower path, and the gross monster says why they won't choose his path. They say it's because he's gross. He grosses them out. This makes the monster sad, but Finn kindly reassures the monster, telling that they just said that because they are his bros, and what bros are, and that bros are real with each other. Finn adds, "You're gross, brother. Take a bath," and amplify their truthfulness, which makes the monster happy. Soon, Jake reveals that their dad has been calling Finn a crybaby for crying. This makes Finn upset and there's these beautiful fruit witches offering apples to eat. Finn is upset and is about to eat the apple when Jake sends it to one of the witches and turns into an apple, and the other witches consume her. Finn and Jake escape the final dungeon boss. Finn's not able to beat back the monster until Jake reveals that Dad was proud of him, revealing that in a mix, saying, "I'm proud of you, Finn. It's really cool. Can't show due to copyright, and I want to keep all future revenue that I make from this video. Thanks." Finn pulls out the family sword, and it's red from the demon's blood. They make their way out of the dungeon. Episode 26, Insidium. The episode opens with Princess Bubblegum showing Finn and Jake her Wokwood Pyronyctics. After she draws Jake into her lap, Finn makes an attempt to put his head on her lap as well, but she pushes him away, saying, "Come on, Finn, don't be weird." Finn becomes heartbroken and distraught after Princess Bubblegum leaves, and the resulting rainstorm comes and passes. He curls up in a corner with a piece of Princess Peebee's hair and 2 pictures of her. He then sings, "All gummed up inside." To express his misery, starts moaning in pain, knowing that it is hopeless to win Peebee's heart, leaving Jake and BMO feeling sorry for him. In an attempt to cheer him up, Jake seeks a new love interest for Finn, leaving BMO to watch over him. While walking, Jake hears what sounds like a girl scream, and stumbles across Flambeau, who is being attacked by iron owls. After saving him, Jake asks Flambeau if he knows any princesses Finn's age. Flambeau then tells him about a hot princess in the Fire Kingdom. When they get there, Flambeau coats a flame shield on Jake so it will be safe for him to go in. Jake then checks on Finn, who is desperately trying not to cry. Jake goes into the castle and introduces himself as the Baron of the Grasslands to the Flame King, and then attempts to win over Flame Princesses for Prince Finn. First, he offers a water bottle, which he accidentally kills the Flame Jester. When Flame King states that he hated his jester. Drake's second attempt is seeing all warmed up inside as a serenade. Flame King is not impressed with the song and demands that Jake leaves. Jake then checks on Finn with BMO's camera as he sadly apologizes for failing to win the Flame King's favor. Finn is now bawling and tells BMO to go away. BMO hands down showing an arrow pointed toward Finn's open pants while BMO walks towards him, while apparently saying boop, boop, boop. The view switches to Jake looking weirded out, and Finn is heard yelling in pain / surprise. The Flame King demands to know why Finn is not here, so Jake stretches his stomach to look like Finn, who greets the Flame King and offers him a koala bear made with Jake's stretchy powers. The koalas are the Flame King's favorite animal. He rejects the gift, saying he no longer likes koala bears. Fake Finn begins to cry, and Jake tries to cheer him up, but he loses control of Fake Finn, who begins to attack him and seamlessly kill him. This impresses the Flame King, who states that a prince who is willing to kill his own buffoon is welcome to date his evil daughter. His evil, destructive daughter, much to Jake's horror. Flame Prince FP walks over to Finn-shaped Jake and embraces him. Some Fire Moons say Jake remarks that she actually seems normal, and FP responds by shooting fire at them and turning them into flam bits. Upon observing this, Jake concludes that she is an evil princess. Jake makes his Finn say that he does not like her anymore. FP becomes enraged, causing mass of chaos with her destructive fire powers. Jake attempts to flee to the tree house, but she follows him in her flaming, monstrous form and sets the treehouse on aflame. Jake tries to warn Finn, but Finn does not notice or care because of his depression over PB. The fire soon spreads inside the tree fort, destroying Finn's picture of PB. Before his eyes, Finn becomes enraged by this, vowing to kill who started the destructive fire. Hooks out the window to see FP monster form scaling the tree fort. Flame Princess accidentally ignites PB's remaining liquid walks. This makes Finn even more enraged, and he shouts at her not to touch PB's stuff. The rain results from the liquid pyrotechnics hits Flame Princess, causing her dousing out her flames. This reduces her to her normal girl form, which surprises Finn. She passes out and falls using PB's lock of hair as a support. Finn catches her in his arms. Flame Princess wakes up, asks Finn angrily why he does not like her. Finn immediately replies that he does like her, causing Flame Princess to blush. A moment later, Flame Princess becomes enraged again and warns Finn to not mess with her, and slaps him in the face and swims away. Finn watches the fire trail she leaves behind and murmurs to Jake that he thinks he has a crush. All right, thank you so much for watching this. So I will have season 4 out soon. But as soon as I get season 4 out, the recap of that, I'm gonna be taking quite a bit of a hiatus break from recapping Adventure Time. I'll have other videos. I'm not taking hiatus from YouTube. I'm still gonna be making a lot of YouTube videos, just taking a break recapping Adventure Time. Especially because season 5 is gonna be one of the biggest seasons. I mean, there's I think 52 episodes. So I'm like, ugh. I want to take a break before I tackle, and I think I might take another break after I do seasons 5 and 6, because seasons 5 and 6, I believe, I'm not sure how many seasons it is, but I think it's 5 and 6. Those 2 seasons are really huge. It's the amount. It's 4 seasons, so I might take another break after I finish those 2 seasons. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Please be sure to subscribe, support me on my Patreon page, Anime Tunes, and get a chance to win a $10 Amazon gift card at the end of 2023. I'm planning, if I get 500 supporters, I'm thinking about making this a yearly contest, where I'll be giving out to one of my supporters $10 to Amazon. Thanks for watching. Bye.